First of all, listen, it's interesting about all these young guys today. They never call on us and say, hey, thanks for the kind word and telling me how great a player I am. But when they play like crap and we call them out, we don't know what we're talking about. Listen, I'm easy to find, but I get sick of these guys complaining. These young guys, they never call us and say, when a coach is wrong, I'm going to call him out. But when players are wrong, I'm going to call them out. But listen, I'm going to criticize guys that they deserve it. And listen, they can kiss my ass if they don't like it.
YouTube, what's going on? Nathan back with another video presentation. Yes, I know it's a late stream, late video. Kind of a hectic, busy day. I was supposed to go earlier, but some things happened, so I do apologize. Hope everyone had a great Taco Tuesday. It is 1 o'clock in the morning where I am at. It's Wednesday as of right now. I know I need to get to bed soon, but I wanted to get this out to y'all as soon as possible. I got some things coming up, got a couple announcements before we get into the video. Episode 12 went up last night. I have to give a special shout out to, Nick Rosario from Let's Talk Football. 1/3 of the roundtable joined me in a good episode. Got to bring him back on probably sometime Friday. Looking at probably the weekend. We break down the playoffs. Going to tonight talk about the Chargers, versus the Raiders. Monday Night Football recap. The Seahawks versus the Rams preview for this Thursday. They start week 5. We're already 5. Going to be 5 weeks in the NFL already, ladies and gentlemen. Then we're going to talk about the Boston Red Sox versus the New York Yankees, as the Yankees were eliminated. Then we're getting into round 3 of the playoffs previews for each of the 4 remaining teams. Mercury, the Aces, Sky, and Sun. So, and then to close out the podcast, some things happened today, late last night. As of now, there's some things that are going on with the Atlanta Dream, and got to talk about it. So, let's get into it. So, the Los Angeles Chargers went into Las Vegas. Final score 28-14. You know, it was a big win. I don't think the Raiders are frauds. Justin Herbert threw 3 touchdowns. The one that I liked about San Diego, I want to say San Diego. I got to get used to them in Los Angeles. The Chargers came out ready in this game. I'm looking at Keenan Allen and Mike Yard and Mike Williams. They were quiet. They only had combined, I want to say it was 47 yards. Eckler is definitely a playmaker. Hunter, he had I know it's like well over 100 yards and 2 touchdowns. Brandon Stanley in that defense, can't sneeze at that defense. Las Vegas offensively had no answers, including to the third quarter. Tight coverage on the outside. I noticed that throughout the first half, particularly the first half. I think with Oakland, I just think they've been a little too cute. I think they thought they could come back in the second half with the heroics. I mean, offensively, they couldn't get anything going in that first half. Josh Jacobs leading your pass attack.
How do you do that? How do you do that? What the hell is going on?
relationship with your
Oh
children.
my God.
Nothing against Josh Jacobs, but for him to be leading your pass attack, that shouldn't happen. The running game was virtually non-existent. Besides Darren Waller,
How do you do that?
nobody else offensively to me stepped up.
How do you do that? How do you do that? What the hell is going on?
Relationship with your
Oh
children.
my God.
I'm looking at their defense. I mean, again, Max Crosby and that front four, there's some key defensive plays, but they had no answers defensively for San Diego. I'm disappointed. I don't think they're frauds. I think that there should have been a little bit more calming them down, giving them confidence from Oakland's standpoint. I mean, Las Vegas' standpoint, excuse me. Yeah, but I mean, offensively, that was really disappointing for me, Oakland, because I think Oakland has surprised a lot of teams this year. Can't take away from what they've done. You know, they beat us in overtime. Well, and it was a well-fought and it was a well-deserved win for them. Just, you know, they gotta just hit the refresh button. I know that they host the Bears this upcoming Sunday, and the Chargers, they got to go up against the Minnesota Vikings. The Cleveland Browns, who demolished the Minnesota Vikings. So those should be good games. But that Darren Waller and Derek Carr connection is nothing that is key. But offensively, guys got to step it up. They got to step it up. So this Thursday should be an interesting game. You know, Jimmy Garoppolo will most likely not play. So this is going to be Trey Lance's moment. No, excuse me. Why am I talking about the 49ers? I apologize. The Rams are coming off a loss against the Arizona Cardinals. I think the key this time for Los Angeles, they got to do for Los Angeles offensively, they got to help their defense out. Time of possession, I've noticed this, hurts the Rams. If defensively, if Los Angeles cannot contain Russell Wilson's going to have a field house. The offense has to step it up. I mean, the way they showed up against Arizona offensively, Cooper Kupp, I understand, is the number one wide receiver, but you've got to spread the ball out more. You know, when I look at Los Angeles, on paper, they should win this game. I mean, it's a divisional opponent. Seattle's looking for payback after losing the wild card last year at home. But I think that's the key. If they can do that, they'll be okay. I can't see Los Angeles coming out like that. I can't. I mean, I can't see Los Angeles making the mistakes again. I can't. You know, I'm looking at Matthew Stafford again. I understand. You know, when he was in Detroit, he's a gunslinger. You know, Cooper Kupp's number one target, as I stated. He leads the league in touchdowns with 5. He's been targeted 10 times in so far the games they've played, especially when they played the Bears and the Colts. Again, I'm looking at DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett. They got to make plays for Russell Wilson. If they make plays on that defense, it's going to be an interesting game. But I'm going to give the upset here. I'm going to go with the Seattle Seahawks, as I didn't have the banner up. I apologize. I'm going to have the Seattle Seahawks win 31-27.
Guaranteed.
So those are the keys I think that Los Angeles and Seattle have to do. And these are the key things we're going to be looking for. Those are things we're going to be looking for. Moving on, I wanted to revisit a topic I talked about yesterday regarding what happened with the Baltimore Ravens versus the Denver Broncos, and at the end of the game, Vic Fangio made some comments that I thought were flat out and I think flat out BS. Very, very emotionally pissed because they lost a game and his starting quarterback, Teddy Bridgewater, is out with a concussion. But I want you guys to understand this. And I had to do some research because Nathan, you know, when he said in my 37 years of coaching, I never seen anything like this. So I had to do my research. And I said to myself, Nathan, you know, look up some games with the Denver Broncos and there's some other couple, throwbacks. So I pulled up, I have 2 clips for y'all. Okay. So as you can see here, this was the last 3 seconds of the game. Now, the Ravens have tied the record for running the ball 100 yards or more with the Pittsburgh Steelers back in starting in 1974 with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Okay. That record hasn't been touched in over 50 years. So from 2018 till now, guys that have been a part of that running game have made history. Now, as you can see here, there's no trickery. Now, I'm not going to play this because I don't want to get a copyright claim from the NFL. But the last 10 seconds, 16 seconds. Now, listen, you're down 16 points. Nobody's talking about, well, people are talking about it, but at first, everybody ignored the fact that Vic Fangio called timeouts. He had 3 times. I believe he had 2 to 3 timeouts. And garbage time, tried to throw a touchdown. Now, remember, I'm going to play the video, but this is what he said. So I have an issue with that because let me show you again, because I had to do my research. Now remember what he said. In his 37 years of coaching, he's never seen anything like this. He said he's never seen anything like this. So let me show you a couple things. Clip number one. This was Tom Brady against the Minnesota Vikings a few years ago. Tom Brady in this game had surpassed 1,000 career rushing yards, which took him well over 10 years to accomplish. Now, Lamar Jackson did it within one season, but that's neither here nor there. But Vic Fangio said he's never seen anything like this in his 37 years of coaching, right? So what do you call this?
Coming off a turnover-free game against the Green Bay Packers, a game they really needed. A couple of turnovers here tonight by coming off a turnover-free game against the Green Bay Packers, a game they really needed. A couple of turnovers here tonight by...
Now, everybody who came out when that video, when that happened, what did they say about Tom Brady? They called it a milestone. What I find weird is that when you look at, there's no trickery. Look, they are in victory formation. Look at the Baltimore Ravens. There's no trickery. They're showing they're going to run a play. I mean, look at the linebacker, look at the corner, look at the safeties. There's no trickery. Now, because Mr. Fangio, again, said he never seen anything like this in his 37 years, right? I had to do some research. Take a look at this BS. Now, this was last year. The Miami Dolphins against who? The Denver Broncos. Now, he said in his 37 years, he's never seen that happen. Right? What do you call this?
Defense of the Broncos.
Now, mind you, look, 4 seconds left on the clock. It's a 4th and 14. You're up 7.
Dolphins with 223 yards of total offense. And the clock hits zeros. Patrick's got the ball. Xavier Howard is down there, makes the tackle at the 23. This baby's over. And the Denver Broncos have stopped the Miami Dolphins' 5-game winning streak. And Denver has won for the first time in 3 weeks. They go to 4-6.
Now, did you hear that? Now, at that time, Miami was on a 5-game win streak. So you mean to tell me, in your 37 years of coaching, you mean to tell me you didn't come up with this, well, throw the ball, so let's run a play so they don't get the ball back. Because we're going to snap this winning streak of theirs.
Stop the Miami Dolphins' 5-game winning streak. And Denver has won for the first time in 3 weeks. They go to 4-6. Miami goes to 6-4. And the heavily talked about second-year quarterback Drew Lock comes up with a win.
Now, what am I saying? I'm saying that there is hypocrisy.
Bullshit.
With Mr. Fangio's argument. Because, again, he said in his 37 years of coaching, he's never seen anything like that. You know what it really comes down to, ladies and gentlemen? He was upset that they lost. If it bothered you so much, coach, why didn't you do something the first 59 minutes of the football game? Don't cry wolf when your team lost. Last time I checked, you guys get paid. You're professional football players. We play when the whistle starts to when the game clock starts, when the game clock ends. That's football, baseball, basketball, hockey. Now, do I again, nobody cares about your feelings. If it bothers you so much, then you should have really stopped them. Because again,
Get down! Get down!
keep in mind, they had the ball, because they had possession. Let me ask you a question. You got the ball, right? That's like 10, 11 seconds left. Why didn't you throw the white flag by taking the knee? Then sure, they're not get the ball back and we're going to snap this streak. He also said in that little spiel, player safety. Ladies and gentlemen, you don't think you could have put your players at risk, coach, with a meaningless garbage drive?
Bullshit.
Relationship with your
Oh
children.
my God.
You don't think you could have put your players at risk for injury? Your starting quarterback went down with a concussion. You could have went out this smart round and said, you know what, they're not going to get the ball back. We snap their streak. Let's take the knee and go in the locker room and take our loss. Let me show you what Mr. John Harbaugh had to say. Because, ladies and gentlemen, this is what a Hall of Fame coach does. I like the fact that he took responsibility and is taking no names, and he doesn't care what Vic Fangio or those think. You're down 16 points, and you're going to try to throw the ball with 10 seconds left where somebody could have gotten hurt. And oh, by the way, your starting quarterback, Drew Luck, threw an interception.
Chat before. I mean, I thought we were on good terms. We had a nice chat before the game. Known each other for a long time, but I promise you, I'm not going to give that insult 1 second thought. That's what's meaningful. What's meaningful to us might not be meaningful to them. Their concerns are definitely not our concerns. And we didn't expect to get the ball back, but we decided that if we got the ball back, we were going to try to get the yards. And we got it back with 3 seconds left. So throwing the ball in the end zone with 10 seconds left, I don't know that there's a 16-point touchdown that's going to be possible right there. So, that didn't have anything to do with winning the game. So, like I said, what's meaningful to us might not be meaningful to them, and we're not going to concern ourselves with that.
Does that kind of surprise you, though, based on the family history your family has with them?
I'm not thinking about it. It doesn't matter to me.
See that? That's what I love about John Harbaugh, future Hall of Fame coach. He said, look, we're going to get the ball back. We're going to try and go for it. Now, and granted, there are unwritten rules. Now, if you're up like 20, 30 points and you're going to show me up, that's different. But again, if Vic Fangio, because he was part of this organization for a few years, I think those comments were very ignorant of him to make. I mean, again, if it bothers you so much, I don't know if you're trying to instill motivation, toughness into these guys. And I saw the press conference with Von Miller. We'll probably see y'all again. Ooh, I'm shaking. But Vic Fangio's going to take the L on that one. But I say all that to say this. Notice how the media didn't talk about how Lamar Jackson has now thrown for another 300 yards, 22 of 36 passes. The media didn't talk about that. What they talked about was the last 3 seconds of that play. Didn't talk about Lamar Jackson and how he has gotten better at throwing the football. Instead, found ways to undercut Lamar and bring that up. Trust your eyes. My eyes don't lie. What I see and what I saw in that game. Listen, when first whistle start, we go from the kickoff, and when the fourth quarter reaches 0, that's when the game ends. Because, I mean, does sportsmanship exist? Yes, it does. But sportsmanship today? Are you serious? Get out of here.
Bullshit.
All right. Where do I want to go next? Let's go to the Boston Red Sox versus those New York Yankees. Wow. Final score was 6-2. I let me just say this. I really thought in the first inning, Giancarlo Stanton, I thought that was a home run, but I forgot the radio. Hold on. One of my friends sent me the name real quick. Hold on. John Sterling. He really had me hyped because the way he had the home run shot and everything. And I didn't like the fact he didn't hustle out the box. I didn't like that. Garrett Cole, he did okay. But he walked Rafael Devers in the bottom of the first, and then Xavier Bogaerts hit a home run. I mean, they pounded Garrett Cole early. I mean, Kevin Pulaski hit a double, then Schwarber hit a home run. Cole gave up a single to Hernandez and then walked Rafael Devers. He didn't even last. Why Aaron Boone took him out? I don't know why. I would have given him like another inning. I'd at least get him to at least 4, but I understand it. He allowed 3 earned runs. I'm having in my notes. 3 earned runs on 4 hits. Struck out 3, walked 2. I mean, his command was definitely off tonight. Nathan Adolphe made all the Nathans proud today. The last time they faced the Yankees was on the 24th, and they went to town on him. I think he gave up like 7 runs in that game, and just lasted only 2 innings. But he lasted 5 innings, allowed 2 hits, and struck out 7. He put Odor in for Velasquez in the 6th inning. I think at that point, Aaron Boone was starting to look for offense because the offense was just not producing. Anthony Rizzo hit a home run, and they were down 2. Mike Stanton hits a crushing double, but Aaron Judge is caught is out at home plate. Then they brought in Severino in the 5th. He did actually pretty well, but then he walked Bogaerts and then gave up a double to Verdugo. And then they come the 7th inning. That was it. I think his name was Jonathan Losega. He walked 2, and then Chad Green came in there and he walked, and the bases were loaded. And then Verdugo hit a single, and that was 6-1. And then, Max Stanton Giancarlo hit a home run in the 9th, but it was a wrap. So, there's some questions I think the Yankees have to say they have. I got the prediction right. I did say that the Boston Red Sox were going to win. I said it last night.
Guaranteed.
So I got that right. I just think New York, they need a couple bats. But I think the Aaron Boone era in New York might be done. And I think Brian Cashman may be done in New York as well because they're not producing results. On paper, this team should be this team should have been the best team in the American League East. Everyone said World Series contender, and I didn't see it. I mean, you can try to get all the sexy pieces that you can get, but when the pieces aren't gelling, I mean, when your managers are looking for offense and late in the middle innings, and you guys aren't producing, that's a problem. So I feel like Aaron Boone has taken this team as far as it can, but I think they need a guy that's going to take them further than where they're at, in my personal opinion. So, around the MLB, I got to my thoughts and prayers to the family of Eddie Robinson. He was the oldest living Major League Baseball player. He died at the age of 100. He began his career. I actually did my research here. He started in 1942 with the Cleveland Indians, and then went to become a GM for the Atlanta Braves and the Texas Rangers. He did not play in the 1943 to 1945 season because he served in our military, and then returned back in 1946. And from 1949 to 1953, he was one of the best hitters in the game. He had a slashing line of 282, 370, 456, line with 112 home runs. In 1956, he was with the White Sox. He hit 29 home runs, earned MVP votes. He went to the All-Star. He was a four-time All-Star, World Series champion with the Indians. Also with the Yankees in 1955. He finished his career with a line of 268, 353, and 440 hitter with 172 home runs in 13 years. So, again, just want to send my thoughts and prayers to his family. 100. Yeah, I pray to live that long. Wow, that's amazing. But rest in peace, Eddie Robinson. Game 2, wild card, National League. We got those St. Louis Cardinals versus those Los Angeles Dodgers. So I had to look at it. I'm looking at this, and Adam Wainwright will get the start. He'll get the nod. Clayton Kershaw probably will not be. He'll probably not play in this postseason. And Max Muncy also too suffered an injury Sunday. So we'll see what the status will be for them. But Adam Wainwright, this year looked pretty good. He since July, he was 10-1 with the ERA of 2. The OPS was like .571, something like that. I think with Adam Wainwright, he has to keep them off the scoreboard. If he can make them, or if he's got to make them work, for sure. I'm looking at the outfield: Tyler O'Neill, Harrison Bader, Dylan Carlson. I mean, since they've been up there in St. Louis, they have a tear. Actually, Tyler O'Neill just actually got his September player of the month. He's like a 99 overall. He's like, wow. Not only offensively, because I looked this up, they're batting off to combine 388, 426, and an 818. That's since September. Defensively, they're looking really good too. I think it starts with them. You don't know what Yadier Molina is going to bring to the table. He's been in moments like this. I'm looking at the Dodgers. Cody Bellinger, Rookie of the Year, MVP.
Relationship with your
Oh
children.
my God.
Where are you? I don't know what is going on with him. Even defensively, he's not been looking good. He started to look like Chris. I hate to say this name, but he started to look like Chris Davis.
Relationship with your
Oh
children.
my God.
He really is. I mean, the last 5 games, he was 4-12. I don't even see him in the lineup. Max Scherzer is no joke. He's going to have to contain them. He cannot allow any offense. He'll have to, like we did in 2019, where he tossed 7 innings and only allowed 1 hit. Max Scherzer's been in these kind of moments. I feel like Trey Turner is another guy. I don't know what this means for Corey Seager. I feel like I want to see him stay, but we'll see how it looks. I mean, he definitely Trey Turner led the NL in batting, 328, total bases 319, stolen bases 32, and he also had 195 hits. I mean, again, I'm looking at St. Louis, that the way just the tear they've been on, winning 17 straight. I mean, without Max Muncy, and I don't know if Cody's going to start, Dave Roberts has to make some adjustments. You know, I know that he's definitely going to have – I don't know where they're going to put with St. Louis. I think Paul DeJong should start over Edmund Sosa. You all know the ground ball pitcher that Adam Wainwright is. But I'm going to go with the St. Louis Cardinals. Final score, 5-2.
Guaranteed.
So I can't wait to see that tomorrow night. It comes on 8 p.m. on ESPN. So real quick, we're going to transition into basketball around the NBA. Couple things. So the Brooklyn Nets are not really sure with Kyrie what's been going on. They're prepared to move on without him in terms of the season. Because, you know, they don't know where his status is with the whole vaccination thing. Pau Gasol is calling it a career. 2-time champion with the Los Angeles Lakers. I think one of the best forwards in the game. I future Hall of Famer in my book. I wish Powell all nothing but the best. Future endeavors. Great career. Kind of sometimes wish he would play for the Wizards, but that's okay. So congratulations, Powell. Congratulations. Good WNBA playoff preview. Got a couple games. I don't know why it says Ace. Aces. Let me fix that. I'm going to start with the Phoenix Mercury versus those Las Vegas Aces. Big game. Must win right here. Game 4. The Aces lost last game 87-60. I talked about how as a cohesive unit, they shot 31% from the field and only 2 of 14 shots from the 3. Even from the free throw line, they shot under 75%. They were out-rebounded. I really think the biggest thing, I'm looking at Asia Wilson. Had 8 points. She played 30 minutes, 8.6 rebounds. 14% from the field, 1 assist. Chelsea Gray is another one. I don't know where she was at. 27 minutes and only played and had 4 rebounds. She shot 22% from the field. So again, I'm looking at Bill Laimbeer has to make the adjustments. You know, when I look at Las Vegas defensively, you know, I looked this stat up. They're pulling in about 39 rebounds a game, and they have over almost to 670 assists. They're shooting 37.5% from 3. Offensively, they are a juggernaut team. They average about 90 points. But when you look at game 3, Phoenix had 45 total rebounds defensively, 13 of them. That's 58 if you do the math. They made Las Vegas turn the ball over 12 times. The Aces gave up 16 fouls. They have to be better with offensively. I don't care if you got to put Asia in the post. I don't care. Listen, we need to see Liz Cambage in the post. Offensively, they got to shoot the ball better. Phoenix. The key again is Brittany Griner, Diana Taurasi, and Skylar Diggins, the big 3. Yeah, I mean, okay, she had 5 points. But she's got to pick it up. I mean, every great player is going to play better. Breonna Turner, defensively looked really good. She had 23 points and 17 rebounds. Offensively, Phoenix has to just continue to execute what they're doing. And Las Vegas has to make the adjustments. I probably should have Asia Wilson start at the 5, play small. Have Asia Wilson at the 5, Kia Stokes at the 4, and take it from there. But it starts with Bill Laimbeer. He has to make the adjustments. If he's not making the adjustments, this series is a wrap. This is what, best of 5. Just make sure I have that right. No, I'm sorry, it's best of 4. So whoever wins the series. So I don't know. So, I mean, those are the things I think they have to do. If they can do that, I'm sorry, it is a best of 5. What am I talking about? I apologize. Because whoever wins this next game, it changes the whole complex of the series. Offensively and defensively, Las Vegas has to get better. But Phoenix has to be more aggressive. Now, I'm going to give – in this game, I'm going to give Las Vegas the edge. I'm going to give Las Vegas this win. Because they can't come out the way they did last night. That can't happen. But I'm going to give the Las Vegas Aces the win on this one.
Guaranteed.
Chicago Sky versus the Connecticut Sun. Chicago, you know, what's really been interesting about Connecticut, they have the game in their grasp, and they've let it get away. the final score was 86-83. They shot 48.5% from the field. I feel like Connecticut is doing all the right things besides of a few mistakes. And again, Jonquel Jones, again, God has got to give me more than 10 points. I mean, yes, she gave me 10 rebounds, but offense, you got to give me offense with some more impact. I'm not saying you're going to give me 40, but I feel like it's the physicality that's making her play a little different. Brianne January has definitely been key. Besides that layup, which it happens, is again. I still when I looked at it again, I can't believe she missed it, but it happens, and she will not make that mistake again. I guarantee it. Hold on. Guarantee. Okay. Now, Chicago. I've talked about their pace. I've talked about offensively on transition. Their transition offense is something else. Kalia Copper is no joke, and she's for real. Vandersloot, they're definitely. They're just. It's not mismatches. It's just hard to keep up with them. When you let Chicago get hot early, and you're not and you're not playing at your own. You got to respond early against Chicago. I think that's the key. The possess. I think the holding the ball more is key for Connecticut. They got to hold the ball more. And you got defensively, you got to win that battle early. They got out rebounded by Chicago. Azora Stevens was a good example where let me look at the numbers. Oh, no. Why didn't I have it on my notes? Wow. Okay, I actually deleted it. Shoot. Okay, let's do this. Okay, where she had 15 points, 11 rebounds. That's key. You can't if you win the rebounding matchup against Chicago. I think you can get them. Connecticut's got to cut down on the fouls. That's key. If Connecticut can do that, I think Connecticut can win. I still think the Connecticut Sun is going to win. They're going to win this series, and they're going to see Phoenix in the championship. I do. I just think, again, they cannot make little mistakes. The little mistakes, cost them. And, yeah, you got to contain Chicago's offense, and you got to control the boards. If you can do that against Chicago, you've won the game. So I'm going to give Connecticut the edge. I'm going to give them the win in tomorrow's game as well. Guaranteed. All right. Last topic of the night. Time to get serious. So yesterday, I in that episode finished the topic off of Courtney Williams. Courtney Williams. Okay, I'm good on time. Posted a video, and everyone has seen the video of her girlfriend, Crystal Bradford, in a fight outside of a club. You know, we had a YouTuber pretty much go get very personal to the point where he's saying, I didn't say this, he said it. I'm not saying who the person's name is. And I thought the comments were flat out ignorant. I thought they were out of bounds. You know, he went along the lines of saying it was ghetto, project, E14. I mean, flat out ignorant. And then made another video practically defending his comments. Having nothing, saying he felt like he said nothing wrong and not looking at it from a basketball standpoint. Ladies and gentlemen, when I talk topics like this, I look at it from a basketball standpoint and in a never personal, because we all can learn and grow from mistakes. The biggest point I'm trying to make and get everyone to understand is that there needs to be accountability, and we have to take accountability for our actions and the choices that we make, and we have to think about the consequences. Did Courtney Williams think through with her decision making to post this video on social media? Did she not think of the consequences? Because as of today, as of 154, I didn't tweet this. This was the Atlanta Dream. According to Howard Megdal, the Atlanta Dream have informed both Crystal Bradford and Courtney Williams that they will not be re-signed under any circumstances. This is what they told the Next Hoops. Now, I'm not surprised, because you're already dealing with enough as a team. You have 5 players as of next year that are under contract. Well, excuse me, 4. I take it back. Aaron McDonald, asterisk next to Kennedy Carter, Cheyenne Parker, and Tiana Hawkins. Now, I don't know where they'll be at in the lottery. They'll probably get like the third pick. But now look at what your choice is. The choice you made. Look what it's done. It's now affected you to the point where the team said, we're not going to re-sign you because of this incident. Now, I don't appreciate. Now, I have some comments regarding the part owner of the Atlanta Dream. This is Renee Montgeomy. This is her tweet. This was as of yesterday. This was yesterday morning. Listen, I've read the tweets and I appreciate y'all's concerns for the Dream players. As a franchise, we have to take the good with the bad. It's part of the game. I look forward to getting this much national and local media, national local coverage when good things happen. Hashtag welcome newbies. Let me read that again. Particularly the last part. I look forward to getting this much national and local coverage when good things happen. Question. As a franchise, because Kennedy Carter was the 5th overall pick last year. Did you take the good with the bad? Particularly whatever went down in that locker room between her and allegedly a fight with Courtney Williams. Did you take the good, the bad with that? Did you also take the good with the bad that all players that's on this roster need to be held with the same standards without favoritism? Again, I want you to understand where I'm coming from. Look at the common denominator. Look at how these situations have unfolded. Now to the point where the agent that represents Courtney Williams and Crystal Bradford said the Dream were aware of this incident. Oh, so now the ship is starting to list on starboard and port side now. So you knew about this as an organization, but you sat back and did nothing. Meanwhile, you held Kennedy Carter damn near practically hostage, treated her like, put her in the corner with the hat on and like sent in timeout over something that could have easily been handled with a players only meeting.
Bullshit.
That makes absolutely no sense. This is exactly what I'm talking about in terms of leadership and accountability. You're not getting that. What you're getting is this getting swept under the rug. That's what you're getting.
Relationship with your
Oh
children.
my God.
Instead of, as a part owner, taking leadership and saying, look, we see this, we're handling this, and we're going to hold everybody accountable, help each and every person learn and grow from the mistake. I feel bad for Crystal Bradford because she had a pretty decent, good little season. Now, this could hurt her in free agency, particularly with her money. This could hurt. Now, when I look at, for example, because again, I want you guys to understand where I'm going with this. When I say accountability, particularly again, go back to the situation with Courtney posting on social media. The $1 million question is, why would you do that? Just like I said in yesterday's video, well, actually Monday's video, excuse me, because it's Wednesday, excuse me, I apologize. We have to be smarter. When you're out in public, particularly when you're high class and you're as a celebrity, you gotta think and you gotta move differently. Sometimes you gotta put your pride to the side. Was it worth starting a fight over about whatever getting it into the club when you could have cut your losses and just said, okay, let's just go find another club? Because I just don't understand where we just don't. Life is too damn short for BS for stuff like this to happen. Because now look, if you're talking about you put food on your family's table, people feed off you. Your money now could be affected. Because of why? Because of a decision that you chose to make. You chose to put this video out here, and then according to the agent, and we'll play that video in a little bit, you were aware of it, and you felt like, well, they ain't saying nothing, so why should I feel like why should I be worried like that? Are you serious? Where one of y'all could have gotten hurt, charges could have been pressed, You have to think, and you have to think smarter when you're out here, because again, these people have these. Everybody's a TMZ. Everybody's a shade room. What you post on social media, it's out there. And on top of that, again, do the Atlanta Dream need this kind of BS right now? No, they don't. It's bad enough when you've got that click. Because apparently it looks like, well, it seems like there's this. Well, we know Kennedy was leading scorer last year, but when you're saying we need to respect our vets, we need to do this, we need to do that, there seems like there's a lack of coaching, there's a lack of leadership, and a lack of just team overall morale. Let me play a clip from the Hall of Famer Chuck Barkley.
Everybody got to play and everybody got to go to
That's
work.
what we've been talking about pretty much all year. Guys, I never understand.
Why it has to be somebody's team.
Well, first of all, it is somebody's team, but being number 2 ain't bad. Like, it ain't like you're number 2 to, I don't want to call any players out. It ain't like you
Scottie Pippen.
Scottie Pippen was a hell of a player. Ain't no shame in being number 2 to Michael Jordan. Ken McHale's the best player I ever played against.
He's number 2 to Larry Bird.
Thank you. Ain't nothing wrong with that. It just amazes me at times how these guys, like, they worry about their brand, who's going to get the max. I'm like, yo, man, we out here to win. And it's frustrating watching some of this crap I have to deal with today, Ernie.
67-60.
I just don't understand. Sometimes, again, this is what I'm talking about. Numerous opportunities this season to become leaders. I didn't see that. What I saw a lot of alpha dog. I saw a lot of alpha. There's just too many alpha dogs in Atlanta. Because, again, this is just a tip of the iceberg. When Nikki Cohen leaves 2 weeks before the season starts, that's weird to me. Mike Peterson steps down before All-Star break due to health reasons. That's weird. Then they fire their GM. That's weird to me as well. And then the situation with Kennedy. Now, question. Because Renee, again, said, I didn't say this, but we, as a franchise, we have to take the good with the bad. It's part of the game. So at any point during the season, because this obviously happened during the season, was there any plans of Kennedy Carter coming off suspension? Was there any type of accountability that you planned on giving, especially with that fight leaking out in the middle of the season? Now, I'm not going to get into the whole aspect of, well, we're in the midst of a pandemic and all that other stuff. It is what it is. It happened. We're not going to talk about that. What we're going to talk about is that we got to be held accountable. We got to hold others accountable. And I think with Renee's response, this is exactly what I'm talking about. There's just no accountability and no leadership. Basically, just saying it happened. Let's move on from it. It's been a mess all season, and it just seems like to me we're in a rabbit hole, and we're going down this rabbit hole. And we're seeing a lot of stuff. Like, question. Alex Bentley and Corley Williams had some altercation in Connecticut. I think ever since that incident, and I could be wrong. Again, I like to do my fact checking. Alex Bentley hasn't been with the WNBA team since then. I don't think. The last team she was on, I'm taking it, she was with the Las Vegas Aces. But she was waived. So this is an all-star all rookie team, hasn't been on the WNBA roster. There was an altercation that happened in Connecticut, and obviously they sided with you and cut her loose. I just don't understand, when do we start looking at stuff face value and just hold those accountable? I understand the whole premise. The girl in the red was not having them, trying to cut, and was looking to start a fight. When you're getting jumped and you're about to be jumped, or you're about to get, or someone disrespects you, you got to defend yourself. I'm all for that. We understand that. But again, you're out in public. You not only represent your brand, you represent the WNBA and the Atlanta Dream. That's it. Got to be smarter with choices. I'm sure that they're going to learn and grow from this. I'm pretty sure they are. They're not bad people, ladies and gentlemen, because we all made mistakes. But this was bad. This was a wildfire. This was really, really hard. I mean, you can't defend this. Now, while I also want to show you what was said by Crystal Bradford on Twitter. Because I can see if Kalani Brown made these tweets, if this was Kalani Brown, I could understand this. But if anything, I'll be more pissed, because did we get an okay for that to be leaked on the internet? Atlanta's got a clean house. I'm top to bottom. I don't. I mean, we could all learn and grow from this situation, but at the end of the day, this was ugly. I'm pretty sure they were not expecting to get that call. Like, yo, like, because of what y'all did, we ain't re-signing y'all. But you know what? Let me play the video, and I got to give a shout out to Christina Williams. You know, again, Black Girl Magic was on it like this. So they're represented by Marcus Crenshaw, and this was his response, and we're going to play it.
Williams, I'm here speaking with the FAM Sports Agency CEO, Marcus Crenshaw, who represents both Courtney Williams and Crystal Bradford. And we are talking about the video that has went viral over the last 24, 48 hours. And he's breaking down what happened. He has confirmed that the team actually knew about the incident 5 months ago.
And that's what I was told today, which I didn't even know about a lot of this stuff, and I was told that the team knew about that today. And I'm an agent, man. I'm gonna stand up for my player. Now I understand where they're wrong, where I feel like I spoke to Court. She knows, like, damn, bro, like, the team didn't even do anything, so I didn't even think it was a brawl. We got out of it, nothing happened. If the team didn't do anything, she was like, oh man, I don't think this YouTube video was going to do anything. She didn't maliciously put that out there because she was trying to ruin her reputation or the dream or whatever. She was simply being a YouTuber, and she's not happy that she did it, but that's kind of what YouTubers do, is they talk about situations that occur.
William,
hold on. Wait a minute. Time out.
Right.
So that's
time out. Let me hear it again.
I don't know where nothing happened. Spoke to court. She knows, like, damn, bro, like, the team didn't even do anything. So I didn't even think it was a brawl. We got out of it. Nothing happened. If the team didn't do anything, she was like, oh, man, I don't think this YouTube video was going to do anything. She didn't maliciously put that out there because she was trying to ruin her reputation or the dream or whatever. She was simply being a YouTuber, and she's not happy that she did it, but that's kind of what YouTubers do, is they talk about situations that occur.
Right.
Where you have some YouTubers that create stuff like that for views negatively, and they're the YouTubers, and it's documented. There are a lot of YouTubers that do it, and it comes back to bite them in the butt. Now, he also mentioned, and we're only a minute and 14 seconds into the video. The Atlanta Dream were aware of this. This happened during the All-Star break. They were aware of it and took no action. Yet, Kennedy Carter, detrimental conduct to the team. That's a double standard.
Right.
So that's kind of where she was at with it.
So over the last 2 hours or so, the Next Hoops had broken a story about the Dream not wanting to re-sign Crystal or Courtney in the upcoming free agency. We know both of them are unrestricted free agents, so they have the power to sign really anywhere that they want to go in the offseason.
Yes, they do.
So can you, one, confirm whether or not you've spoken to anyone from the Dream organization in the past week? And two, just break down what's going to happen in free agency.
I did. I actually did. I spoke to him. I talked to him, and they told me that, you know, they didn't want to bring both back. Okay. So I said, okay. And they told me that we wouldn't be making a statement because this is something that kind of happened a long time ago or whatever. So we won't be making a statement. You know, it just was messed up about the video. And
that's bullshit. See, like right there, excuse me. Oh my God. See, that's what I'm talking about. Now, I mean, the ship is starting to list. We need to get it back to port. It needs repairs. Like, as an organization, you are aware of this, and you don't even make a statement. I don't get.
Spoke to Courtney Williams, just so you guys know, she took the video down. I spoke to Courtney, and Courtney understands the severity of the video, because when I heard the video, I was asleep when I got the calls about the video. You understand what I'm saying? Right. I was asleep when I got the call about the video. So I just woke up and I called her like, yo, like that probably ain't something you should talk about. But in Courtney's mind, I'm just letting you know where she was at. In Courtney's mind, she's thinking it's something that we got away from. You understand what I'm saying? Right. We got, like, they didn't do anything. It was nothing really. It's swept under the rug. So I can speak about it now. If she would have got disciplined. So for me, I just don't like. Yes, it was an unfortunate situation. It puts me in a tough place as an agent representing both clients. I understand.
Right.
That.
Absolutely.
It's messed up, and my clients were wrong from a standpoint of fighting in a club, right? That video, all of that stuff, because I speak to them, and I would always recommend trying to get out of a situation with no violence as much as possible. But I understand things happen, but I will always recommend trying to get out the right way.
I do want to pivot the conversation quickly to Crystal Bradford, being that fans here.
Real quick, this is just random, but can we point out that Lexi Brown and Christina Williams kind of have the similar face features? Maybe maybe just me. I'm sorry.
They want to know about Crystal in this situation, who was kind of caught in the crossfire of the altercation. Yep. We see in the video she comes out of the club to help defend Courtney, who was being attacked by a group of women. So can you just tell us what was the conversation?
Great tag team partner. I'm not being sarcastic. I mean, she came out swinging.
Like in terms of speaking about Crystal with the Dream organization.
It wasn't really a conversation. They just kind of was like, we got to let Courtney and Crystal go, or whatever, like that. But let me explain something. Crystal is, I feel the most bad for Crystal right now, from a standpoint of me and Crystal got together from our agency, and we worked to get to this point, to get her to the league. Crystal has been doing great. great person, great for her brand, great with the organization, and an unfortunate situation occurs where she is trying to help her teammate who is being attacked.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like that's a very unfortunate situation. So I hope that teams see that and actually talk to her, like understand that she's not no villain or anything that people is trying to make it seem.
Time out. Time out. Nobody's making them villains. Not me. What I'm simply just saying is be smarter with your decision making. I'm pretty sure if the Los Angeles Sparks, right, random team, brought in Courtney, and said, "Hey, listen, you know, whatever happened in Atlanta, that's got to be checked at the door." Okay, we signed you here because we know the talent that you have. We expect you to just be a veteran, a locker room leader. We don't need any drama where it like what happened in Atlanta. Because again, when you look at the video and when you look at what's been going on in Atlanta, it's egg on everyone's face. It's just dysfunctional, and it's just egg on everybody's face that's not needed. The Atlanta Dream did this to save face, but the Atlanta Dream aren't getting it past neither because you've let this nonsense slide for now going on 5 months. Ridiculous.
She simply was doing what any of us would have done.
I agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
And as far as the free agency thing that you brought up, they told me they wouldn't make a statement. That's the only reason I'm talking about it, because I'm their agent.
Right.
They like the free agent thing. They told me they wouldn't announce because it was just kind of like, let's make them look bad right now because we got so much crazy things going on with our organization. Putting them two as scapegoats will be good right now. You know what I'm saying? Which I thought that was wrong on the Dream organization of something that you've been knew about that resurfaced. I felt like you didn't have to put out that you didn't want to resign them as free agents because they're free agents.
Okay.
They really can go anywhere. You swept it under the rug once. Why not sweep it under the rug again?
So just to be clear, because I see comments saying that's messed up for Crystal. Just want to be clear.
It is.
Courtney Williams and Crystal Bradford are both free agents. They have already fulfilled their obligations with the Atlanta Dream for this season, and they're unrestricted free agents, meaning they can sign and negotiate with any team that they want to right now. The report that came out of the Next Hoops, which Marcus confirmed, he had a conversation with the Atlanta Dream organization, and they did say that they will not be bringing back Bradford and Williams to the Atlanta Dream next season. So that is confirmed. Marcus here is the CEO of the FAM Sports Agency, and he represents both Crystal and Courtney as well.
You know what? This is ridiculous. This is embarrassing. And I'm glad to say the last. I mean, I'm so congratulate the WNBA's rookie class for the all-rookie team this year, but I'm gonna say that for the next episode because I'm disgusted. I really am. Not more as a basketball fan, but just to see that this is what it's really. It's gotten this bad. This lets me know again of failed leadership, a lack of accountability, and nobody in that organization is in there saying, "I'll take responsibility." Your part owner is pretty much sweeping all this under the rug.
Bullshit.
The team doesn't want to make a statement, as their agent said, because they were aware of this months ago and swept it under the rug then, and pretty much are painting them again as bad guys. Again, I have told you there's nothing wrong with defending yourself. I respect Crystal Bradford for doing that. But again, to throw them under the bus, not once. Here's the thing. You should have given them some type of punishment when it first leaked. But instead, you swept it under the rug. Now that when people talk about it on Twitter and Instagram, and we're all sitting here going, wow, look at the Kenny Carter situation, then you're going to scapegoat them and make yourself look and try to clean and save face.
Bullshit.
It's ridiculous. Courtney Williams will be on another team. Whoever is interested in her, they're going to have a conversation with her and say, hey, listen, whatever happened in Atlanta, whatever happened in Connecticut, listen, we're not tolerating that. You got to check that at the door. We are interested in signing you because you are an all-star talent. We know what you can bring to a WNBA team, particularly a championship caliber team. We're not here for foolishness. We're here with one common goal: win basketball games, win a championship. Plain and simple. Crystal Bradford, I think, out of the whole situation, because, again, I feel like she had a decent year. And this may affect her money a little bit more. So I'm curious to see what's going to happen with her. But at the end of the day, this has gotten disgusting. This is embarrassing. The Atlanta Dream should be ashamed of themselves. Renee Montgeomy, as a part owner, to sit there with those tweets and sweep this under the rug and act like it's no big deal. Let's move on from it. Let's want the same energy when we talk good about the team. I agree with it, but when you don't address that as a part owner, what does that say?
Relationship with your
Oh
children.
my God.
I'm done. I really am. You know what? Let me end it off on a good note. Congratulations to the 2021 class WNBA rookies. This was a really, really tough in terms of this draft class was just nobody stood. It was really hard. Nobody really stood out. They even had some on Twitter. They even talked like Sabrina Esco should have got Rookie of the Year. Like, are you serious with that? No disrespect to Sabrina, but come on now. Oh my gosh. Where's it at? I'm trying to find it real quick. Thank you. So, who was named? It was Ari McDonald. That was named on the list. Dee Richards, Charlie Collier, Dana Evans, and Michelle Oyeware. Again, that draft class definitely struggled. I don't think Charlie really got. I don't feel like she didn't get opportunities that I think she should have gotten. The 4th overall pick in Kaiser. Second half of the season is on. It took her personal leave. Just class. I don't know if it was just, again, lack of preparation. I don't know if COVID played a factor. I don't know. And I mean, congratulations to those girls. I mean, Dana Evans is doing her thing, contributing in Chicago, and Michelle, is for sure. was well-deserved Rookie of the Year. She played more minutes than anyone in her class. She contributed very well with the New York Liberty. Dee Richards as well. Can't forget about her. Ari McDonald. Again, I'm hoping the relationship with Kennedy can be salvaged because that backcourt with her and Ari could be something special in Atlanta. So, congratulations to those girls. Well deserved. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm pissed. I'm tired. And just the fact that this situation has really gotten out of hand. It really has. And now we got to sit here and ask ourselves, how are you going to salvage the relationship with Kennedy Carter as an organization? And I cannot wait to see what they're going to do with that. But with that, in closing, accountability and thinking of the consequences when we make choices in life. That's it. That being said, I'm going to go to bed. I'll have a good night. I don't know what episode is this. 15 will go up most likely Friday. I'm hoping to have Nick Rosario on there with me. Again, my guarantees, I've already made them. But once again, I'll see y'all Friday. And just again, real quick, if I was a free agent and they said, hey, the Atlanta Dream said, are you interested in signing? We want to sign you. I tell them I'm not interested. Guaranteed. I'm going to leave it at that. Y'all have a good night. Peace. Stay up.
Get down! Get down!
First of all, listen, it's interesting about all these young guys today. They never call on us and say, hey, thanks for the kind word and telling me how great a player I am. But when they play like crap and we call them out, we don't know what we're talking about. Listen, I'm easy to find, but I get sick of these guys complaining. These young guys, they never call us and say, when a coach is wrong, I'm going to call him out. But when players are wrong, I'm going to call them out. But listen, I'm going to criticize guys that they deserve it. And listen, they can kiss my ass if they don't like it.